Hi friends, it's Miss Jenn. Today we are going to read this book. It's called Queen for a Day. This is from our Auto Be Good series by Character Counts. And today we're going to be learning this word, which is fairness. Have you ever said, "Hey, that's not fair"? I've said that before. Well, we're going to learn what it means to be fair and how we can have fairness. So stay tuned and we'll find out what that means. Queen for a Day, from the Auto Be Good series by Character Counts. A lesson in fairness. Bright and early one day, Izzy and Callie pulled into Professor's lab. "Good morning," Professor said. "Thank you for helping me with my research into the reciprocal power dynamic of subservient relationships." "What does that mean, Professor?" Izzy asked. "Oh," Professor laughed. "It's a fairness experiment. It's a 2-part test to see how fair both of you really are." "Sounds exciting, Professor," Callie replied. Professor smiled. "I call this test Queen for a Day." "Really?" Callie's eyes popped open. "Yes, for an entire day, one of you gets to be royalty," Professor said. "A queen," Callie gasped. "I've always thought of myself as a princess, but a queen is even better." "And I even have a crown here somewhere that the queen will wear," Professor said as he looked around. "You mean this one?" Callie asked, suddenly wearing Professor's crown. "Does this mean I'm the queen?" "Well, you should both agree that it's fair before you start the test. To be fair, you need to follow the rules and take turns, and don't take advantage of each other. Are you both sure that's okay for Callie to be the queen?" Izzy nodded. "It's all right, Professor. But I have a question. If Callie is the princess..." "Queen," Callie corrected her. "Queen, yes. If Callie is the queen, then what do I get to be?" Izzy asked. "You get to be her servant. You have to do whatever Callie says," Professor replied. "Awesome!" Callie squealed. "The fairness test is a valuable learning experience," Professor said. "But once the test has begun, neither of you can quit. I understand if you don't want to do it, Izzy." "I don't know." Izzy looked down at the floor. "I agreed to help you, Professor, so I will," Izzy said. "Don't worry, Professor," Callie smiled. "I should have no trouble being queen. Now, Callie, Izzy is your servant, but remember, you should still treat her fairly," Professor said. "Just call me Queen Callie the Fair," Callie replied. "Now let's go, Servant Izzy. Come back the same time tomorrow, and we'll see how the test went," Professor said. "Well, Servant Izzy, what do I want to do first?" Callie asked. "We could go to the library," Izzy suggested. "I know," Callie squealed. "Let's go shopping." "Okay," Izzy agreed. Callie and Izzy spent all morning shopping. Callie bought lots of things, and Izzy carried all the packages. It wasn't long before Izzy was carrying a huge load. "I love having a servant," Queen Callie exclaimed. "Ugh!" Izzy groaned as she struggled under the weight of all the packages. "Callie?" "Queen Callie, if you please," Callie grinned. "Queen Callie, these packages are heavy. Could you carry something?" Izzy asked. "Oh, if I must. It's only fair," Callie said. She pulled a new crown from the stack and put it on. "There," she said. "Now we're both carrying stuff." But that's not..." Izzy started to say, but Callie interrupted. "Tut tut," she scolded. "Don't talk back to the queen. Now, what should I do next?" Izzy tried to answer, but Callie blurted out another idea. "I know! Squeakies!" "I could use a wash too," Izzy said, and wiped her sweaty brow. At Squeaky's, Callie took a luxurious soak in the car wash. There was no hot water left by the time she finished. That was so relaxing, Callie sighed. It's very stressful being the queen. Johnny was next in line at Squeaky's. Yow! He shrieked as he got a blast of icy water. He came out the other side shivering. Dude, there's no hot water left, Johnny sputtered. I don't want to wash in cold water, Izzy whined. Well, that's okay. We need to go anyway, said Callie. I want to get a smoothie. But I'm still dirty, Izzy sighed. That's too bad, Servant Izzy, Callie said, and drove off. Izzy struggled to keep up with her. At the Rocky Road ice cream shop, Callie turned to Izzy. I'm going inside for a smoothie, she said. Servant Izzy, you wait here. But I'm thirsty too, Izzy said. I'll just set your packages down and go with you. No, Callie roared. You need to stay out here and hold my packages. You're the servant. That's your job. Could you at least get me a... But Callie slammed the door before Izzy could finish her question. Izzy struggled to hold the heavy packages as the hot sun beat down on her. This is silly. I shouldn't be treated this way. It's unfair, Izzy thought. She began to set down the packages. Just then, Izzy saw Professor drive by. She remembered her promise to finish the test. Queen Callie the Unfair would deserve it if I quit, Izzy thought. But it wouldn't be fair to Professor. She picked up all the packages and waited for Callie. Callie finally exited the rocky road sometime later. Well, let's get all my new stuff home, she said. Queen Callie, Izzy asked, did you get me a smoothie? You didn't give me any money, Callie replied. It wouldn't be fair if I had to pay for your smoothie. Yes, Your Majesty, Izzy said gloomily. She followed Callie down the road to her house. Izzy dropped off all of Callie's packages and turned to leave. Servant, where are you going? Callie asked. I need to go home. I'm tired and I have homework, Izzy moaned. Professor said I am queen for a day. You can't quit. It's not fair. You want to be fair, don't you? Callie demanded. Yes, Your Majesty, Izzy sighed. Good, said Callie. Now, you can help me clean my house. Izzy sighed again wearily and followed Callie inside. Callie woke the next morning and put on her large crown. It's good to be queen, she said happily. Now, where is my servant? Callie looked around. Izzy wasn't there. Servant, she yelled. Servant! But there was no reply. Oh, this is totally unfair, Callie shrieked. I'm the queen and my servant is gone. Professor is going to hear about this. Callie raced to Professor's lab. She was frazzled and out of breath. Professor, she yelled. Callie, I'm glad you're here. We can continue the test, Professor smiled. But my servant is gone. How can we study fairness if I don't have my servant? You mean Izzy? She's right here, Professor said. Izzy came out from behind a bookshelf. Good, Callie said, and straightened her crown. Don't run away again, Servant Izzy. It's not fair. Did you like being queen, Callie? Professor asked. It was great, she beamed. Were you fair? Professor asked. Of course, Callie said, but she wasn't quite sure. I mean, I guess so. Izzy, did Callie treat you fairly? Asked Professor. No, Izzy said. She made me carry all her packages. She used up all the hot water at Squeaky's, and she made me wait outside the rocky road while she had a smoothie. She didn't even get me one. She was not fair at all. I am queen, you know, Callie said pompously. Ah, I see my fairness test is working perfectly, Professor said. It was meant to teach you both that being fair means you treat everyone equally. You follow the rules and you don't take advantage of anyone, even someone who is your servant. Well, I guess I was pretty unfair, Callie said. I'm sorry, Izzy. From now on, it's fairness all the way. That's great, Callie, Professor said. Now are you ready for the second part of the test? Am I ever, Callie sighed. This time, I will be totally fair. Ready, Servant Izzy? Well, Callie, in the second part of the test, Izzy gets to be queen for a day, and you will be her servant, Professor said. Izzy smiled as she put on Professor's crown. Oh, said Callie, unhappily. Izzy, are you going to treat me the way I treated you? Callie asked. I could, Izzy said thoughtfully, but that's not how I would want to be treated. Phew, Callie sighed. I thank you, Queen Izzy the Fair. Wonderful, Professor said. You've both learned an important lesson. I think you'll very likely pass the fairness test. What'd you think about our book? Was Queen Callie very fair to her friend Izzy? Was she treating her with fairness? Do you think that Izzy is going to treat Miss Callie with fairness when it's her turn to be queen for a day? The way that we can be fair is by treating everyone equally. And I want you guys to work very hard this week on being fair. Have a good day. I'll see you later.